good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are doing a follow-up video on everyone's favorite asset, Bitcoin. Before we get started, guys, I am still a little sick. I might cough. Protect your ears. Be aware that this video is going to be a little bit longer. There's a lot of important stuff to go over. If you haven't seen the video I made last time on Bitcoin, which was in June 8th. Feel free to go back and watch that video. All the doodles, all the rules, everything that we have done on this video, all this stuff is in the last video. So make sure you go look at the last video so you understand what all this stuff means. And if you are interested in trading with me live and if you appreciate the material I'm providing, please hit the subscribe button, the bell button for notifications. If you're interested in trading with me live, feel free to join the Discord server. Link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend. That helps this channel grow. So thank you guys so much. Let's get it started. Right now, here's Bitcoin on a monthly chart. You can already see this month is not looking that great. We are making a lower high. You have 9 more days left on the month. The Federal Reserve already said we are not cutting rates this month. Everything is basically lining up for a pullback, like I've already said we should be expecting. Everyone was already told to short around 111,000. That's where the fib was giving us. Whoever took that short, congratulations. Those of you who took your profit at 103, smart, smart, smart. Are we going to hold 103 support and continue further, or are we going to dump? All of that, I will basically just direct you right over here. Here's the last time we did something very, very similar. We made a high, pulled back, came back, took the liquidity of the last high, and then dumped to shit. All right, here's your high. We came back to test that high, and now we are showing weakness. We're basically at this point right here. We took out the liquidity in that monthly candle. This month, we basically did the doji. Next month, which is July, we can look for possible push all the way back down. So that's how important 9 days is. Depending on how this candle closes the 9 days is going to dictate everything moving forward for the summer. July, August can be disgusting grinds of the lows before the Fed cuts, and then the market will get a relief rally. Even though the market gets that rally, when the Fed cuts, the world will know that the easing policy is in place and that more than likely the Fed is going to go towards zero rates like Switzerland, and then you can see this reaction after that. Okay? So be aware of the higher time frames before we start talking about lower time frames. Also, as you're coming into the high, volume is lackluster, aka bearish divergence is building. So all a big guy needs to do is sell, and his market sell will impulse us straight down after all the buyers get filled. It will be all stop losses that are just going to be triggering all the way down because more than likely every freaking ape is over leveraged long. All right. So let's go now to a weekly time frame. Here's your weekly time frame, okay? And I'm gonna actually turn on the doodles for this because on the weekly time frame we were already looking for the short here around 111, 112,000, basically 113. And anyone who entered around this level, their trade, their short will get confirmed under 103,000 over here. I mean, everything is written over here. Here's your stop loss, 120 for your short. If everything goes to the way that we expect, then 103 would be lost, and that's where the impulse to the downside will start, just like we have dictated on this little doodle right here, this pink little doodle. Okay? Now, this little triangle that we have officially is rejected, and the triangle is going to be rebuilt right here. This is your bull flag last chance for upside continuation. If you start closing underneath the low of this candle, which is like 103,000, that will basically mean this is a failure, and that green will turn into a red, and that red is basically confirming the dump to the downside. And then we're looking for the accumulation probably on a liquidity grab, which we've already said. I mean, I don't think we're going to 70,000, but it's in the chart. So be aware that that is how deep of a dive we're expecting. How many people are going to be able to hold their position if they have a leverage position? I don't know. First step already dictated by the doodle is right over here around 89. And I will just give you another more bullish stance. The top of this channel is right here at around 97,000, and you have your EMA sitting at 97,000. So on a weekly pullback, 97,000 should give us a nice bounce. 97,000 can go all the way to 103. At 103 will reject right back down to 76. That is how I'm looking at this moving forward. This little doodle over here, let's just hit shift. Last level of support before downside confirmation. Target 96K and then 85K and then 76, I believe, K. Weekly close under 103K confirms. All right. That way no one can say if, ands, or buts. Everything is dictated. Everything is written. I'm going to move this nonsense to the side over here. Oops, oops, oops. Why are you not doing it? Okay, thank you. So this thing says if daily closes under 103K, waiting for a long entry at 10% at 95, 2 at entry 2 25% at 85, and entry 3 at 70. So how freaking ironic is that? We already had everything set up. So stupid me just rewrote everything again. But yeah, all this is true, and it's already playing out. So we're already dancing at 103K. This weekly close is in 1 day and 13 hours. We have basically today and tomorrow to close above this level. More than likely today we'll see that death, and then tomorrow a follow through. When the new weekly candle opens, you'll probably just see the downside push, in my opinion. I'm not saying anything, but the fact that Trump is 2 weeks away from deciding if he's going to get involved in the Iran war also basically gives everyone time to hedge and protect themselves to the downside. All Trump did is give everyone a warning. Same thing he did with the Fed, going like, yo, Federal Reserve might not cut, stupid Fed might not cut, even though he pushed him for a 1% cut the weeks prior. And then the market did what it did before Fed even announced. Same thing is probably going to happen with Iran. Same thing Trump did with the tariffs, with easing the tariffs after he went all out and basically taxing 100%. So be aware the news is playing games. The news is basically just messing with your emotions. Do not follow the news. Follow the chart. The chart and the rules is all that matters to me. I don't care what happens with the war, Trump, tariffs, whatever. The point of the matter was we were looking for this area from anyone who longed from the low of 21,000. This was the measured move of the breakout around 120. We hit the 113 area, but the 113 area was rejected, meaning we need to find support. So at this point, where is support? If support is confirmed at 103, we will impulse straight above 103 to 112 to 120,000. Okay, there's no if, ands, or but. If with all the uncertainty that we are discussing is going to play out, then more than likely you will see that downside dive. And if the downside dive occurs, then you know that, hey, the warning is as soon as you lose that 103K, warning, 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 let's go look at the reaction at 95, 96K, warning, 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 let's go look at the reaction at 85K, and then 76. All of this is going to take a little bit of time, but my warning to you is that once the bigger player does do the impulse to the downside, you will see like a $10,000 candle in a day. Be prepared for it. Okay, it's gonna be like a $10,000 dump, wick, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be a liquidation, capitulation move, and then you'll see the wick buy up reversal, and that's why I have it like dump, dead cat, death, inverse head and shoulder accumulation, and then reversal. So it's going to be a while, and this is like over here, March 2026. I'm not expecting it to take that long, but I'm giving you the heads up right now. So if it plays out, are you going to be shocked or surprised? I'm going to remove this orange doodle, by the way. because it doesn't look like all that is planned out. This is a little bit more cleaner for everyone to see what's going on. Don't need all this nonsense. I'm just going to clean up the chart a little bit so we know what's going on moving forward. All right. And from this, I was looking from 120 to 176. Okay, so just leave that like that. All right. So that is basically what I wanted to say on higher time frame. That I have no urgency to touch Bitcoin to buy along until around 96,000, and that $96,000 area will do a nice little inverse head and shoulder if you can see it. So if we find support here, we can do an inverse head and shoulder, impulse above 113, and then do a short squeeze to 120. And it will be a fast move. And notice that will be a $10,000 move. $10,000 up, $10,000 down. More than likely, I'm looking for downside because of all the other stuff happening in the world. Fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is giving us a possibility of up or down. Fundamental analysis is giving us the probability that downside is more likely. Once we come to the downside and find some support, then upside will become more likely. Okay? So just be aware of that. Daily time frame, okay? Daily is also screaming that, hey, 95, 96,000 is a nice area to find support. It is the previous area that we broke out of. If you do order block trading, here you go. If you're an order block trader, you can go like this and like that and just say, oh, I will look too long inside that channel. I'm sorry if you hear crazy noises. My laptop fan is acting up. So here's your accumulation channel if you're looking to be an order block trader, right? That's where you want to test the level of long. I'm not going to be doing all that, but this is just an example, okay? I trade through fibs and EMAs. So for me, it'll be over here or it'll be all the way down here. I'm not going to do the middle of the channel. I'll do the top of the channel, meaning it's a bullish retest, or I'll do like the mid of the channel, going like, okay, dead cat bounce, roll it over. Speaking of, this little doodle is like this now. We should not even get back above 105,000. 105,000 is now a lucky if you get there, because a lot of people will be trying to get out at 105, 106. More than likely, whoever got bought here, they're the trap. These are the trapped longs that will cause the liquidation move to the downside. So we'll see how that plays out. That's basically all I have for you guys today. Everything looks good aside from that. If you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. If you are interested in trading with me live, feel free to join the Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend. That helps this channel grow, so thank you guys so much. And yeah, I would highly be subscribed to the channel for the next video if you're interested in Bitcoin. Feel free to go look at the last video because we basically just reiterated everything. Nothing has really changed other than us making a top over here. And yeah, I wish you the best. Have a great day.